Seven Sisters is a brand that has only been on air once before, and I'm so thrilled that they're here so you have something that's different and unique and exquisite to give as a holiday gift. But you are lucky because this is one of the few things in the show that you can have delivered now if you would like. They're holiday scones, a sampling of them in a beautiful gift box. It's in 55280. Your sale price is only good until the end of the month, and your 3 easy payments expire at the end of the day, so please keep that in mind. We have Hala Yassin joining us, who is the creator and the founder of Seven Sisters Scones. And yes, you are one of 7 sisters.
I am absolutely one of 7 sisters. As a matter of fact, my sisters inspired the whole concept of 7 Sisters Scones, and that's how we got started. And what I wanted to do was recreate what we had done for each other, basically really very good high quality ingredients. We use, for instance, an unbromated, unbleached flour. I use cream, butter, eggs to give that scone a moistness. And I just wanted to make sure that your audience, as well as our customers at the store, got that same experience that we have.
And your store, which there is only one, and it's in Georgia.
Absolutely.
And I need to let you know, if you are not lucky enough to get down to Georgia to experience these, you're getting a total of 4 flavors, 3 pieces each in the 4 flavors. So I just wanted to run through them really quickly, starting with this one right over here. This looks like this is the, this one is the maple pumpkin. Then what is our next one?
That is the apple caramel, and then you've got the peppermint mocha,
and then
the cinnamon coffee cake.
And they're all individually wrapped. They all come in the box that you see back here that looks just like this, the red with the white on it. You can write right on the box and give it as a gift. But you said one thing that I think was really important just a few moments ago. A scone that was moist. Some people associate scones with being a very English, dry scone that has to be enjoyed with a beverage or tea, but yours is different.
We are different. Actually, when I started this whole company, I really wanted to get a do a very daring approach to making scones, and that's how we started. We're not your typical English scone. We're not dry because we like to basically play with a lot of texture, a lot of flavor, and the quality of the ingredients that we use. Let me tell you, you can't get that moistness without real butter.
And by the way, first of all, look at this, how moist this is. Already in our immediate ship date, if you were within 300 to go around. What is this flavor again?
This is maple pumpkin. Let me tell you about how we do while you take a bite over there. We start with 100% pure pumpkin puree. We add a little cinnamon, a little nutmeg, a little pumpkin spice, and sweeten it with maple syrup, 100% pure maple syrup. Then our glaze is maple syrup glaze, and we top it off with cinnamon chips to kind of get all of those flavors melted in your mouth. For me, this is Thanksgiving. It reminds me of pumpkin pie.
And by the way, they are all individually wrapped, and we'll talk about how to prepare them, what you need to do when you get home. But I have to tell you, I'm funny with pumpkin because I feel like in the fall, so many people, everyone's doing pumpkin everything, and most of the time it's artificial. I can't stand artificial pumpkin. This is genuine. You can taste it in that first bite. Like it's almost like a portable piece of pumpkin pie that you can carry around with you. It's delicious.
It really is. That's because we use 100% pure pumpkin.
That's right.
In it.
Okay, that's the next flavor.
Our next flavor is our cinnamon coffee cake. And this was really inspired by, your grandmother's coffee cake recipe, where we use Saigon cinnamon, which is a sweeter, more aromatic cinnamon, so that you get that hit of cinnamon in there. And then we layer it with cinnamon chips. And then we top it off with cinnamon streusel. You get that buttery, sweet kind of crunch on top with that soft, moist, tender scone.
And I love that you mentioned specifically Saigon cinnamon, because you may not know at home, there's many different types of cinnamon, and some can be very spicy and very powdery, but you chose the slightly sweeter form of cinnamon so that it's not overwhelming.
No, and we put Saigon cinnamon in the scone and in the streusel, so you really do get that combination of both, hit from both, actually.
And by the way, they're all 4 ounces each. They're each 1/4 pound, so they're huge. They're very satisfying, and they're individually wrapped. And what is our third flavor again?
Oh, this one is probably one of my favorite because it reminds me of Christmas. This says Christmas all over it. We start with a high quality cocoa. We use a high quality espresso, make that into a ganache, and then we fold that ganache into our dough. And we layer it with peppermint bits. I don't know if you can get a close-up over here and see those little red specks over there. Those are all peppermint bits.
You know what? These are so moist. They're more cake-like, more muffin-like than they are that traditional dry English scone.
And that's what we wanted. We wanted to play with texture. And some of our scones, I mean, we have over 70 flavors. Some are more
my gosh, do you
biscuit-like.
really?
Yes, we do. Some are more like biscuits, but we tend to lean more toward the muffin.
And by the way, we have one more flavor to talk about, and I need to let you know that in our immediate ship date, I believe we have fewer than 150 to go around, and our November, now fewer than 100 to go around, because you're very lucky. In most cases, you cannot get a lot of the foods in the show immediately. In this case, you can, only for the next 100 people who pick up the phone. But the November ship date is also now becoming very popular. And what is our last flavor?
Our last flavor is the apple caramel. We use 2 types of apple, both Granny Smith and Fuji apples, to give you that sweet tart combination.
Oh my gosh.
We put caramel, boiled apple cider, again sweet tart, because we like flavor. And then we put caramel bits in there. I don't know if you can see those.
Caramel just gives it a hint of a chew. It slows down the bite a little bit. That's beautiful.
And we, like I said, we like to play with flavors,
And
so
very
we do that.
very appley, which I think is important.
You get that from the apples, but you get that also from the boiled cider.
The cider. So here, okay. Very popular, $59.94, and your sale price is valid until the end of the month while our quantities last, but your easy pay is actually expiring at the end of the day. So since there is no auto delivery on this, you might want to lock in 2 ship dates. Maybe get one immediately and get one either in November or December. But when people are getting this home, they get the box. They're individually wrapped the way you see here, but then they come frozen. Is that right?
That is right.
And then what do we do when they're frozen?
When you get them, simply put them in the freezer. They'll last you 6 months.
Okay.
The nice part about it, as you said, they're individually wrapped. So you can take whatever flavor you want out, leave it on the counter for an hour, and basically you can either microwave it for about 5 seconds in 5 seconds increments.
And that's right, 5 seconds to maybe 10 seconds at the most, because you don't want to overcook it.
Exactly, because then you'll get it to be doughy or basically too hard. What we recommend is you basically put it in a toaster oven or in an oven for about 5 minutes at 350, and it's ready to go.
These are delicious. You're going to love them. They're under $60. Choose your November or December ship week. But again, what we have immediately is very limited. Thank you so very much for being with us. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas in July.
Same to you.
Alrighty. So we're going to talk about a top find. And I will tell you honestly, before I got to work this afternoon, we actually had 3 ship dates available for you for what we're going to talk about next. This is the most affordable item in our entire 2-hour gourmet holiday show, and it has been wildly popular. It's brand new today. It's from DeBella Familia. It's a 48 count of the mini biscotti, and it even comes in this wonderful little canister style dispenser jar. This is our good friend, Chef Tony Notaro.
Hi,
Hello.
good to see you.
Wonderful to see you.
Merry Christmas in July.
So you brought us this incredible top find today.
Yes.
And earlier, there were 3 ship dates available.
Right.
The immediate is already gone, Chef Tony.
First of all, thank you to our foodies for your trust and for your purchases. And I want to give a special shout out to DeBella, because what you're about to see, you cannot buy this at any retail store anywhere in the nation. The only way to get this size DeBella is to have a first-class plane ticket. That's it. So we put together a very special package with 4 amazing flavors, put a nice little holiday label right on the top, and then we filled it up. I mean, this is filled up to the brim.
I love it. And from the moment you brought us the DeBella biscotti, we fell in love with it.
Thank you.
In the full sizes. What I love is what you're getting here, and you're seeing everything laid out on the table. So that's your 48 count assortment.
Yes.
Up top, I love it, sort of a little canister style jar. So maybe you're going to take this to the office for everybody for the holiday season. Maybe you just keep this on the countertop for people, because you can enjoy them at home or on the go, because they're all individually wrapped.